What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, what we're going to be talking about is 5 mistakes I made early on in my web design studio and what those mistakes taught me. I've been reflecting on some of my early mistakes as a studio as I was growing and trying to figure things out, and that inspired this video. That's basically it. Let's get right into it. So number one is not showing the work. So here's one, I'll be honest with y'all, it's still a work in progress. And the reason why is because I just never been good at sharing what we do. I never had a system for it really. And client work was always a priority because we do get, client work every month. And so there was never really a down period for me in order to step back and create mockups, create screens and case studies and things like that. So there's a lot of backlog even till today that I need to create. I'm going to continue to post this year. I think that's something that I'm going to prioritize for sure. And the truth is, visibility is really difficult these days, right? And people can't hire you if they don't see your work. So sharing is still valuable, regardless of what referrals you're getting, what leads you're getting from where and whatever. You still should continue to share your work and yeah, build in public and things like that, right? Number two, not focus on our core service enough. So for the longest time, we were focused on doing everything, bro, just doing way too much, from design, development, custom web apps to websites, branding, product design, all types of shit, migrations. Also, too, there's multiple platforms you have to have accounts for in order to do a lot of these different things. So it just was a headache, as you can imagine. And some of this down to a few different platforms that you trust, and a couple or one services or service takes the confusion out of pricing for sure, and just the operations and the process around it, right? Besides, no one was coming for us for application design and development and things like that as much as we were trying to push that. Although we did some work, it made narrowing down our core services a lot more complicated than it needed to be. And majority of the leads anyway came to us for Webflow builds, design work, Webflow migrations and things like that. Just decided to just pay attention to what people are actually asking us for and just create what they want, instead of trying to push other things that people just don't need from us specifically. So, it's really that simple, and it just should have been the whole entire way through. I think the lesson in this is just stick to a couple of core offerings, core services, and just make it really simple on yourself, because the more that you add and the more fancy you try to get, the more complicated things can get, instead of just going all in on what you know for sure works based on clients that you might have gotten or leads that are asking you for certain things. Number three, undercharging for projects. And for this one, I've probably charged anywhere from 1,500 all the way to 40,000. And I've undercharged more than I'd like to admit within that range. It wasn't until I ran into a profit calculator. Maximizing profits is when I started to actually make more money and charge a lot more, because I put the dots together that, hey, in order for me to create quality work, I then need to charge more. And there's a lot that goes into that, right? Our profit margins are well above 40%. And I feel like that's the way it should be, because in order to create high quality work, high quality projects, you need to hire some of the best or become one of the best. There's lots of vetting, explorations, research, experience, you name it. And all of that work is absolutely worth you being able to charge more. And that's just that. If you have a team, you got to pay the team. You know what I'm saying? If there's courses you're taking, you gotta pay for the courses. If there's multiple people on your team taking courses and you gotta train all these people, that's gonna cost more money. So naturally, prices need to rise just based on utility. To be honest, I even still think that's over justifying it. You don't need to find multiple little pieces to justify pricing your work where you're comfortable and happy with pricing your work. You can charge more regardless. So pick a price, be confident, be ambitious, know that you can price your work at that price point, whatever you're thinking. And if it ain't working, then let the market tell you otherwise. Number four, hiring too fast. And to be honest, too junior. I'm sorry about that. In the past, I've worked with lots of junior designers and developers in the Webflow space, in the design space. Usually I just giving people a shot because I vibe with their work. I vibe with them. They're cool people, right? And I never regret this stuff, ever. I met some amazing people, but skill wasn't the issue. It was things like knowing how to talk to clients, navigating creative blocks, troubleshooting without hand-holding, managing timelines under pressure, talking to clients, and just sometimes flat out being respectful to clients. So when people lacked those soft skills, projects got messy, clients got frustrated, and I ended up having to jump in and clean things up. That's not something I want to do, right? I'm a founder. I want to stay focused on the operations of the team. I want to stay focused on getting more work. I want to stay focused on other big picture things, compared to having to jump in and say, hey, we're so sorry. We did not mean that. Yeah, it's just kind of like, what are we doing? The lesson in this is hire people who already have the experience or be fully ready to train them. Anything else in between will cost you lots of money, trust me. And lastly, number 5, don't avoid systems and operations early on. So I'll be honest, this is something that I already knew coming into this because I've worked at agencies previously, and this is something that they instilled into me, so it became like a habit. You want to be able to document everything you're doing early on. It's very important, so then you can hand off and delegate to the team, or even these days, take the information and learn how to leverage AI to help you in this process of managing clients, onboarding clients, and things like that, right? In the beginning, though, I did use Scribe and Loom to document everything I'm doing, and I still have those videos up on the team wiki till today. From onboarding new clients to intaking new leads, and even sales calls. I didn't know or care what I was going to delegate. All I knew was that I had to delegate and I had to do this. So, reason being, you don't want to end up in a place where you're trying to manage multiple projects and tracking them is messy and handoffs are manual, because creating a great client experience shouldn't be based on memory. That's just too much to process mentally, and eventually you're going to forget something at a very crucial time that the client asked for, and that's going to be your ass, and that we never want that to be your ass. Reputation is everything, and you just don't want to make these mistakes continuously, and you don't want to get bad reviews, and it's just a trickle down effect. So you want to make sure that the client experience is elite and it's excellent. So with that being said, I recommend that you implement tools like ClickUp or any other client management system, to be honest. Set up SOPs, build custom dashboards for clients, have everything documented so that way you can hand off things to other team members, and just keep it moving smoothly like a well-oiled machine, right? So to wrap all this up, man, every one of these mistakes came from a real place while I was trying to grow, trying to deliver, trying to do right by the people that work with me. All that cost me time, money, and peace at different points. It also gave me clarity I needed to build something more sustainable, which is at the end of the day, the most important. So running a studio isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about being honest enough to course correct when something's not working. Let's just keep building, keep growing. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make more. And it's about, how we bounce back from those things. Anyway, have a good one. Take care. Thank you for watching this video, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.